We have a very good client base spread out through all the main industries in Mozambique. And I think that's something we can pride ourselves of. So how do we do this recruitment in Mozambique? And I think one of the biggest investments we had in the past 5 years is that we created a database, an internal database that is online, giving access to various candidates to be able to go in and put out the CVs and also register and apply for the various vacancies that are exposed in our company. And this platform has been very successful. Since the inception, we rolled it out about 3 years ago, and the growth rates are exceptional. We have about 3,000 people that have already been registered in this platform. And we expect an exponential growth because within this segment of digital enforcement, we are about to tap what I call a new avenue, a new channel, which is registration through USD for those that don't have access to internet. We have about a workforce of about 60 million people of age bands, majority of the 80 to 35 that are active and are increasingly looking for a job opportunity. And I'm sure these figures you can realize where the problems of unemployment come, because we locally in the economy we don't have enough opportunity to absorb these people. So we have a very high that's something that recently in the past years trying to combat that and reduce and initiatives like these ones are ones that I think contribute to this reduction. And looking at the specs of our labor force, we have it's not here, but about 40% of these 60 million people, they have basic 12th grade qualifications, and they speak Portuguese, but with elementary English-based skills. And in terms of sectors, we have employees that can respond to needs of the construction industry, the mining industry, the oil and gas industry. It's not here, but also recently IT industry. We've been seeing a lot of IT young Mozambicans that have been, I would say, exported abroad to the Portuguese-speaking nations, such as Brazil and also Portugal. That's a new segment that I think could be very strategic in terms of white collar service. Agreement was reached, and this agreement has the pivotal that was a beacon-based labor force. And as you can see, through CBE is one of their best areas to resources. Your position to a parliament, and we have the capabilities. We want to source and give you people. To help them will be zero. That's the policy that we have in the company. So, as you can see here, we will help in the sourcing process internally. We also help in advertising the vacancies locally in the Mozambican market. We will then do the screening, the interviews, the tests, if you may require us to do certain tests, and post that we will then send you all the candidates, and if you're happy with them and you want to then go to the next phase, fact that yes, the communication of needs will be between the agencies, the UA agencies, and the Mozambique agencies. But when we find a candidate and we want to begin the process, bring in here, they need to given the fact that there's a within the agreement also, there has to be a certain, I would say, income tax on the employees that has to be paid. That was a reason why the consulate is very critical key in registering and assuring that those workers are within the database. So the relationship is yes.
Maybe this is a new area to the east. As I mentioned, we mostly used to have recruitment of manpower to the north and to the south. South, we're talking about our neighboring countries like South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, Namibia, or in Southern Africa, Namibia shore. So we have somehow experience of that area, but to the Middle East, it is a new undertaking, and that's why I mentioned at the introduction that the memorandum was signed in July last year. So far, we have not implemented yet. We are in a process of creating the basis, or to say, establishing the basic elements for the implementation of this understanding. So we may mostly rely on the existing experience in the UAE. We are not supposed to come with regulations that are exclusively Mozambican. We will have to abide with the existing regulations here in the UAE, and we will coordinate and see how beneficial those regulations are. We are not going to establish a minimum wage. We will be mostly going through the existing experience of us, the categories of wage existing in the UAE, in which category, in which level. It will depend also on the recruiting institutions to negotiate that. The government will not interfere much in this process, which is merely business issue. The government will undertake only the part which is responsibility over its citizens. So that we will leave the companies to cooperate, as we are having CD here, cooperate with the counterpart here to do this business. We're not going to, what can I say, interfere too much. We will have to be facilitators, but not the, what I can say, implementing part. We will leave you companies to implement whatever you will agree with your partners, but we will only go through the rules, no break on the rules, and also we will have to encourage our citizens coming here to abide to the existing laws in the UAE and also to follow the company's policies, because we don't determine which are the policies of each company. Each company has its own regulations, but within those regulations, we will also assist the citizens in case of any situation without being part of the implementation of the process as such. As we say, we encourage the private sectors to carry out this business. The government will continue to be the facilitator, and we will, of course, in the process, study and see what are the better practices in terms of most of the questions that you have put forward, and we will coordinate with the employers in cases where it is needed, but not being directly part of the management. So I think I may have answered not fully. If anything remains, please let me.
Thank you very much. We will definitely thank you very much for this understanding.
Thank you.
I think it's a journey that we need to walk together. It won't be a question answer session immediately and getting all the responses.
Yes.
It's a journey that we need to bridge, to walk together, to be able to find solutions which are amicable to both, and as you said, abiding by the law.
Yes. So the principle will be the same. The government is there, but let people do the business.
Do we have any additional questions?
Well, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mehdi from Worldwide Events Management Company. I and my team are glad to be here, and thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate for the opportunity granted to us. I'll be brief, and my question is, we understand that Mozambique as a country, the language that is used is Portuguese. So as far as UAE is concerned, the clients that we engage with, there's so much in English. So what are the measures that will be implemented in terms of communication? Thank you.
From here to Africa and globally, me and my partners from India, and we really focused on working towards achieving and attaining our African goals and agendas. And now my question is, what is the government of Mozambique doing? What is the government of Mozambique doing to protect the interest of foreign investors who by and large might want to come and invest directly to your country? And what are the laws and the rules that are there put in place to protect and to secure safe business doing in your country? Thank you.
We say in Mozambique we speak Portuguese, apart from many other local languages, but Portuguese is the official language. But because of surrounding countries, most of the South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania, Eswatini, former Swaziland. They are all English speakers. And we are obliged to make English second to Portuguese. So most people study English. And because of the issue of communication with all of this, we introduced English as second language to Portuguese. And many people have, as you mentioned, basic information about English, basic knowledge. But yes, it's still a big problem, and that issue must be addressed. Some people may need some sort of short course to have basic communication standard so that they can be able to penetrate the market. But it's something that should be taken into consideration by the recruiting companies. And maybe we should also, according to the level of employment required, it will be either improving further the level of the English language, or it can also be basic English. But in any case, it is the issue that is being taken very seriously, because it's not only the question of labor here, but it's also the issue of inception of Mozambique in the region itself. So we have, as a policy, to encourage people to learn more English. So I think this issue will be addressed. Now, about the protection of investment, we have very clear legislation, protection of foreign investment, and we're talking about foreign direct investment. We have investment which are purely 100% foreign. We have partnership, we have public and private partnership, we have all those arrangements. And the legislation makes it very clear when we also protect the free repatriation of capital by the investors to the destinations. So at that, we have done a big stride to create regulations that encourage the investment and protect the investment. If needed, we can provide some the indication or some basic legislation in the field of protection of foreign investment. So you must rest assured that your investment in Mozambique will be properly protected, and you will be able to repatriate the profits from your investment. I don't know whether I addressed the issue there. If not, I know they are much more inside the business and know how it works. So whatever it is needed to be clarified, we will be able and will be ready to receive and clarify, even with documents about how we handle the issue of protection of investment. So I don't know whether I managed to touch the issue raised.
I appreciate that, because that is one of the ways to increase your GDP. I believe that. And in follow-up with my colleague's question, in terms of visa issuance to potential investors, how easy is that visa process?
Regulation for the facilitation of rapid development. Some countries, we have the list of them who do not need to apply for visa, they can get visa on entry. Others, they can get online. But to avoid ups and downs, we have embassy in Abu Dhabi. We have consulate general in Dubai. These institutions are empowered to issue visa to those who are willing to do business in Mozambique. And especially when we are very clear about the business that is intended to do in Mozambique, the process is very fast. You go to the embassy or to the consulate to apply, and we process, and these days we have been very happy because the process is very fast. And so I just would like to encourage those who are willing to do so just to contact us in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai. For those others who are far from us, they can also apply online. It will be facilitated as far as the motive of visit are very clear, especially when it deals with business, because we are encouraging business community to move in Mozambique. Sometimes we make too many seminars here to explain about opportunities in Mozambique, business opportunities. But I made some experience of sending people to Mozambique. So sometimes we sit down and explain, people keep asking questions. But when we send them to the ground, some of them become with decision made to establish business there. So I think that we are going to continue to facilitate visas for people seeking opportunities for business in Mozambique. Thank you.
The main concern here is about tariffs, because most of the hindrances that are coming is through the bureaucracies and the tariffs that are put both in the ports, both airport and at the seaport, which really makes or rather frustrates the potential investors especially when I'm also from Africa, and it really scares the investors when it comes to investing into our continent, because the tariffs are not stable and there is a lot of bureaucracy which goes around it, and which really hinders a lot of flowing business. So I don't know what are your plans and the laws that are governing those tariffs to make sure that there is a stability of business flow. Once people come to invest there, they don't run away. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
In many countries, one of the countries was Mozambique. I think they are bringing in experience of many other countries to make the process much more flexible and to make business flow very fast. The government also has adopted some measures to easing some type of tariff and making the investment or the business more attractive. But in case of need, we will provide the tariff regulations so that you can get through, and whatever you have doubts, we will be able and available to clarify. But in any case, we have a very good tariff system that reduces what we call the big bureaucracy. The idea is to scrap the bureaucracy and facilitate the flow of business. Otherwise, if we have too much or too many tariffs, we may force the business communities to run away, because many business people, they don't want to have time wasted in A, B, waiting, and so we're doing everything to scrap bureaucratic processes and make them much more attractive. But it's a process, actually. And that's why we have, as I mentioned, the management being carried out by experienced entities which are foreign. We have Cornelian in Beira, which is also a private company managing the port of Beira. We have DP World and others managing Maputo Port. We have Northern Corridor in Nakara Port managing by also private sector. So we are putting all these measures to make business more flexible and much more attractive. So we hope that with these measures that we put in place, you will find all the necessary facilitations. If I mean something, please, I'm still available to discuss.
Out of this, of course, if you have any needs, and if you also want, also have my business cards. But thank you for coming, and like we say in Mozambique, obrigado. Thank you. We visit you soon.
Yeah, I think it was a good moment for us to come across many of you, made it possible to be here. I would advise us to exchange cards for continuity. I will also give mine to any of you who are willing to have. The objective is not to listen and go, but listen and make use of what we have been discussing here. And for that, normally we need to have a follow-up, but to have a follow-up, you have to know who to contact. So we are available, and we are based here in Dubai and my colleagues in Abu Dhabi. Our most important task now is to promote as much possible business within business community in this country and business community in Mozambique. So you are all welcome to Mozambique to do business, and you are also welcome to us in any moment you need help to facilitate your business towards Mozambique. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.